Wow, I went into Knives Out expecting it to be good, but I didn't expect it to be that good. Rian Johnson, who is infamously known as a subverter of expectations, subverted my expectations by making such a unique, quirky, and just amazing movie. To be honest, a part of me secretly hoped that Knives Out would be bad, just because I disliked his prior film, The Last Jedi, so much. Knives Out is marketed as a murder mystery film, but it is so much more than that, to the point where you're not even sure what genre of film you are watching until the end of the movie. This movie is best to go into blind. So for now, I'll limit what I'm going to say, but later on in the video, Iris and I will discuss spoilers. The cast is fantastic. Every character in the Thrombey family is horrible in their own way. Some are creepy, some are snakes, and they all argue their own moral high grounds while being comedically shown to be wrong. One example of this that I love is the family constantly mentions how much they care about their grandfather's South American caretaker, but they only mention her status as an immigrant/Latina to either virtue signal or to look more woke or to prove a point about immigrants pulling themselves up by their bootstraps. The ongoing joke is that each family member thinks that she is from a different country, to the point where even I'm not sure. One trait that I think each member of the family shares is profound narcissism, which manifests itself in different ways. The dichotomy of this movie is fascinating. It's both a comedy and a tragedy, and not in the sense like The Joker is a comedy in some twisted, deep way, but that this movie is laugh out loud hilarious at points, while in other points you just feel as though you've been punched in the gut. Finally, I can't leave this review without talking about the standout performance of Daniel Craig. Every murder mystery is incomplete without a super intelligent and eccentric detective to walk us through the mystery and explain everything in the end. Craig fulfills this role beautifully. The film acknowledges that we expect Daniel Craig to have a certain voice, and plays with us by giving him a southern drawl. Beyond the voice, he perfectly fits the role of a Hercule Poirot type, whose methods differ from his contemporaries. Others dig for clues. He follows the truth until the crime is solved for him, basically. Finally, the main character of the story, who I won't name now, because I liked that I didn't know who it was going to be when I saw the film, has an interesting tell that gives away when they're lying. This tell is used throughout the film to great effect, adding humor and tension to the screenplay. I strongly recommend this movie, especially to those who are wary of Rian Johnson after The Last Jedi. I place it as my current second highest film after Your Name, but higher than another film that came out this year, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Okay, so now we're gonna get into spoiler territory. I'm here with Iris. Iris, who are you?
I'm your girlfriend.
Okay. What did you think about the movie?
I think it's a pretty okay movie. Wait, hold on. It's a pretty good movie, but it's not the best movie ever.
Why don't you think it's the best movie ever?
It's not like a typical like murder solve mystery kind of movie.
What do you mean? It's exactly like that.
I mean,
There's a murder and then you have to solve the mystery, no?
Yeah, but like if you think about a typical like mysterious like murder movie, there's like a typical step you have to go through, and then you usually reveal the killer in the end. But
Yeah.
that's not what happened in the movie. So I was a little bit caught off guard, I guess.
Okay, but isn't it nice to have your expectations subverted once in a while?
Yeah, but I feel like there are a few scenes in the movie it was kind of stupid, but
Stupid. Which scene? We can talk about spoilers.
oh, which scene? Remember there was like the detective he was in the backyard and smoking a cigar.
Yeah, Daniel Craig's detective.
Yeah, and then he was trying to interview the girl, the nurse.
Yeah.
And then he had his face just come out of the dark. I felt that was pretty stupid.
Why, you didn't like how that was shot?
Mm-mm.
I thought it was kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of like what you'd expect is to just maybe have like a single light on him, or you can like just barely see his face. But I don't know, I thought it was cool that he was completely blacked out. I think it made it so like his intentions were mysterious.
But the thing is that it was so dark that we couldn't even see his face.
Exactly.
Like,
you didn't know his intentions.
yeah, usually like I feel like when people did that kind of shot, like you should like enhance the shot a little bit so that he's like completely dark, but you're still able to see his like face structure in a way. But I mean, to me, it wasn't a good shot.
All right, well, I guess I could say agree to disagree.
Okay.
Was there any characters that you liked? Like, who was your favorite characters? Did anyone stick out in your mind?
Who's a favorite character?
You know, you have like the whole family. Mm-hmm. You have Harlan himself, who, you know, the guy who slit himself, he slit his own throat. You have the detective. You have the nurse. Who did you like?
I think I might like the grandpa the most.
The one who killed himself?
Yeah, the one who killed himself.
Liked him how? Liked how his character was interesting, or you liked his personality?
I mean, I feel like I like so much about like, how he cared about someone who really cared about him. And then, like, you know, he cared about the nurse till like, the last second he died. And then he turned out,
that's true.
Yeah, I mean, it turned out in the end that he doesn't have to die, but
yeah.
But anyway, he died.
Well, that's what I thought was pretty good. Like the movie, it was pretty funny at parts, right? Like it was pretty funny at parts.
Yeah.
But it was also really tragic at parts. So I thought it was interesting that a movie like this could fit both and have it, you know, kind of fit. You know, it didn't seem like it was, I don't know, like it was out of context. Like, oh, I shouldn't feel sad at all during this movie.
I mean, I did feel sad a little bit in the end. You know, find out that he doesn't have to die, but he did.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the whole tragedy is that I found it interesting. Like I feel like they did a good job on how, you know, he's like this eccentric mystery writer, and then he ends up kind of overthinking the situation he's in, and he ends up killing himself and creating a whole bunch of more problems that wouldn't have been an issue had he just, you know, did what any normal person would do and be like, just call the hospital, maybe I'll get lucky or something.
Yeah. Oh, can we talk about the entire setup of the movie though? The house, it was beautiful.
Yeah, you can talk about whatever you want, love.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think the house itself is really beautiful, and there are a few sculptures in the display in the movie. That was really beautiful.
Did you think it was a little bit creepy?
A little bit, yeah, it does.
But I guess I think when they were going around the house, one of the guys was a fan of Harlan's. He was a fan of the author, and he was going around. And he's like, "Oh, that's the door from, I don't know, To Kill a Salesman." Or oh, that's the basement from whatever the fuck. Like I thought that was interesting. I was kind of expecting.
Can you say fuck in your channel?
I can say fuck. Yeah, I it's not for children. I mean, if you're a child, just don't tell anyone you're watching this.
Okay.
I just wish that they used the house more. They kind of used the house where she like broke off a piece of it when she was climbing down, and they kind of use it because there's like that trap window, I guess. But you know, you have a house full of like murder props, right? Wouldn't it be cool if they were used? I mean, okay, I guess the knives were used.
Yeah.
He says a cool line at the beginning of the film, like, in this house, you never know which knife is a real knife and which knife is a trick knife.
How do you remember so many things from the movie? I don't know.
Because I really loved the movie. I was paying pretty close attention.
Okay, I mean, I did pay attention, but I didn't remember all the details.
Yeah. Anyway, was there a character from the family that kind of stuck out to you?
The family. Let me think.
Well, I talk about in this video how it's kind of funny how each member of the family is completely horrible in their own way. Yeah. But I was wondering, like, if there was a member of the family. Was there a member of the family who you didn't think was a horrible person?
I mean, I don't think any of those people are a horrible person. Like, yeah, they're just humans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like they're made to. Each one is kind of like
you can
bad
say
in their own way. No,
it's not bad. They have their own flaws, but you can say they're like bad like people.
Okay, well they say the kid is a Nazi.
Okay, I disagree with that.
Well, no, it's a line in the film. He's like, "Oh, my son is like a Nazi on YouTube."
Oh.
Yeah, like that. I think that's a theme. Like all of Harlan's family
Uh-huh.
has their own flaws. Like each one. Like you have that one woman who's like a yoga mom, and she was stealing the whole time. From Harlan, she was like double dipping the college fund. You know, was there a character that stuck out like that to you?
I really like Linda, right?
Which one was Linda? Was she the older woman?
Yeah, the older one, the oldest one, the oldest daughter.
I think she's
interesting. I mean, I like how she looks.
she was the only one of Harlan's kids that didn't steal money from him.
Yeah, and then she kept like saying throughout the whole movie, she was like, "Oh, I'm self-made. You know, I made my own living. I made my own business. I'm really proud of myself. I don't really use
and
my
she was
dad's
putting
money."
she was putting down her brother too.
Yeah. The second brother was like the one that doing
He was smoking a cigar.
the one doing the business, right? The one doing
he's running the publishing business.
Yeah, no, he's doing his father's business.
Yeah, which was publishing the
Okay,
books. He
yeah.
published his father's books basically, but
Yeah.
his dad did all the work.
Yeah.
But I liked her how she's self-made, and then at the end it's like she's not self-made. She was given $1 million. Like, come on. I think that might be like a small nod to Donald Trump, where he was like, oh, you know, I started with a small loan of $1 million, or I think it was more than 1 million. I think it was
More than
like
$1 million.
it was like 6 million or something.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say like turning 6 million into however much. I mean, it's not that bad, but
I mean, that's
we're
how-
not here to talk about Trump.
But that's how Bill Gates started too.
He started out with like $1 million.
He started with like the money from his father, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least we have Elon Musk, who I think. No, you're telling me Elon Musk
No,
started
Elon
one?
Musk's family is also rich.
Really?
Yeah, they are like the richest family in South Africa, I believe.
Before he became like a genius and made a whole bunch of money, or after?
Before.
Really?
Like
It must be something in the genes then.
I mean, like
Wait, Iris, I'm sorry to cut you off, but we're getting really
really far.
really
Wait,
off topic.
Can we please talk about the chair? The chair they set up during the interview.
Yeah, the chair full of knives.
They were so stupid.
Why is it stupid?
It's just so funny looking. It kept reminding me the chair from Game of Thrones for some reason.
Well, the Game of Thrones chair is made of swords, and this one has knives all around it, so I can get why you'd think that.
But it kind of looks stupid though.
I know, but it's his house. His entire house is stupid. His entire house looks like that. He's got knives all over his house.
Oh well.
Okay, well, what are your closing thoughts on the movie, if you have any?
I like the movie. I
Yeah.
would recommend it to my friends.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's like the best movie ever.
Well, let me tell you something. I do a little ranking thing. I rank all the stuff that I review, and I put this film higher than Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. What do you think? You're thinking about it.
No, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is definitely better.
Well, not according to me. Why do you think it's better?
I mean, it's fun. It's Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yeah, but so I mean, why is it better?
I mean, like the details. Like the
Yeah,
way...
there's lots of details in Knives Out too.
No. They're like better and far more details in the Hollywood movie. The shot is more beautiful. It's a lot more articulated.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think, well, agree to disagree. I guess that's just. I knew that would get you a little riled up because you're a pretty big Tarantino fan. I think I got you into Tarantino.
I mean, I don't think that movie was like the best movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But like it should be better than the Knives Out.
Okay. Well, I put it higher than Knives Out. I did put it lower than Your Name, which we just saw. Okay, well, let's not talk about Your Name. But what do you feel about it? I put Knives Out lower than Your Name. How do you feel about that?
You think highly of Your Name,
Uh-huh.
but as someone who watched a lot of this like similar type of Asian movies.
Yeah.
I don't think your name is that, unique and that good. Like it's not.
Oh, you're wounding my heart.
I mean, you really like the movie.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think
it was very touching. You were crying.
It was touching. It was good, but it's not.
What?
It's not the best, I guess.
Okay, well that's fine, but it's better than Knives Out.
You know what I think like it's the best movie above all of it that you just mentioned, except for the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
What?
Nocturnal Animals.
Nocturnal Animals. Well, I'll be talking about Nocturnal Animals probably about a week from the time this video airs.
Okay.
So maybe I'll get you back. Well, actually, I know I won't get you back to talk about that, but maybe we can talk about it in another video.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so that's gonna be the end of I guess our mini podcast. So I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow.
And I'm not sure how many people are going to watch this video, but if you do, leave a comment below.
Thank you, Iris. I need all the help I can get. Okay, bye bye.